Greetings everyone, welcome aboard. Happy Tuesday to you guys. April 26, 2011. Tuesday morning here in the live trade room. Now today was kind of an exciting day. We've got, well, exciting if you like, exciting like roller coaster exciting, right? Unexpected. Tuesday morning, today was the beginning of the new Fed format. Now, if you're in Europe, or if you've watched the ECB and the way that they release their announcements, it's the exact same. If you're unfamiliar with how the old format was, go to our blog and just type in FOMC NEW, FOMC New. Search the blog for FOMC New and you'll see the comparison of what the Fed day used to be like and what it's going to be today and tomorrow. So Tuesday morning, right, an exciting opportunity, of course, like I said, exciting like a root canal, right? We didn't really know what to expect. One side of the coin says, well, today probably pretty much slow day, right? Low volume. We don't expect many traders to come in the market because it's a new format. But the other side of the coin says, well, nothing's happened today, so we should have plenty of volume. So we didn't really know what to expect today. Today was when the FOMC meeting begins. Tomorrow is when all the fireworks happen. So we didn't know what to expect this morning. It could have been a day like any other, or what we got was a pretty slow open. Now, traders are creatures of habit. So obviously we do expect when traders are given something out of the ordinary, usually most traders, they take their hands and they place them firmly underneath or behind, right? They sit on their hands. So most day traders are not going to be too excited about the thought of the unknown tomorrow. So what happened was this morning we had some low volume. So going into this new Fed format, we had low volume because traders were assumably so concerned about the unknown. Well, that didn't stop us, obviously. What do we see today? If you missed the morning prep today, you missed a lot. The morning prep this morning, we went over everything, gold and crude. Did a great job today on the morning prep, and that really kind of set the stage for the rest of the morning. Had another great day in the room, and we began it at the highs on crude. Now, today was a great example of where sometimes, like this morning, you're not going to get a lot of volume, not going to get a lot of patterns, but the patterns we got, we maximized those runners. We only took 4 trades today. One of them was a scratch, right? But the other 3 made us 40 ticks apiece. So you're right. This morning, low volume, pretty slow and sloppy at the open. But that's okay. We had time on our side, so we simply waited. We planned our attack, and then we traded our plan. One of those came really early this morning, 9 o'clock on the crude. We had crude oil at the highs of the wedge. Very simple, right? What do we do with the wedge? Sell the highs, buy the lows. We made 45 ticks at 9 o'clock this morning, simply selling the highs. So at 8 o'clock this morning, we said, guys, we have a wedge on crude. I'm looking for a chance to sell it. By 9 o'clock, we had the pattern, we had the rules, we had the volume, everything lined up, and bam, first trade of the day, 9 o'clock, 45 ticks, an easy 450 bucks. So we did that 3 times today, and that's what hit our daily goal. We didn't get a dozen trades. We didn't get 25 different patterns. We got about 6. So a slow day, but we really capitalized on it. Now, once we took that short off the highs on the crude, we missed our target on the auto trader by 20 ticks and got stopped out in the auto trader. Look at the blog for that. But then crude went sideways. So we sell the highs of the wedge on the crude. We take our 45 ticks out of it, and then crude goes sideways. And so we decided to wait. Right? Didn't end up trading crude the rest of the morning. Over to gold now. Now gold, it actually worked out pretty well. Crude moved early in the morning, whereas gold was chopping around sideways early in the morning, and gold ended up moving later in the morning. So we traded crude first. Crude then slows down, right? 10 o'clock, 10:15, we jump over to gold. Remember what happened on gold today? Very, very slow, but then we had this big drop, right? The bottom fell out of gold. Well, we had been waiting for pretty much anything to happen, and it was kind of funny because at 9 o'clock there was no personality on gold, but by 10 o'clock the personality on gold was screaming at us. And so we were kind of joking around by saying, well, nice to meet you, gold, right? Because we had no personality, we had no real clues from 8 until 10 on gold, but then sure enough, the bottom falls out, 10 o'clock, price drops, and now all of a sudden gold springs to life. So it's amazing what a little bit of personality will do. Now we've got the gold moving, prices drop, but we're oversold. This is one of those situations where you're trying to chase after a falling market, right? Gold drops, speed improves, big sellers, but we're oversold. What do I do when I'm oversold? And oversold markets come all the time during lower volume environments, right? Oversold by the time it comes down. I can't keep selling that, so what do? Big drop on gold. I'm waiting for support. Oversold is great for buying support, and we bought the price going back up. So of course, I have a hard time selling with oversold momentum. So what do? I read my tape. I look for big buyers. And so we come down. I'm looking for a wave pattern short. Momentum oversold tells me you've got to be crazy to do that. So instead, we read tape. All of a sudden, speed picks up. Big buyers are everywhere. I jump in at 10.10, and I was a little bit early. Bounced off this trigger line here. Got my +5, -5 for a scratch. I was in too early there at 10.10. Okay, but we knew, though, the speed was increasing, and those big buyers kept going. Then I finally get above that 13 range trigger. See, that's the key here, right? The key is you've got to get above that resistance level. And so, of course, my first trade here, I was below it. The second trade, though, we finally get above it. I take it above that 13 range trigger. It gets us above the previous low of day. And as you can imagine, we now begin to start running to the upside. 10.15 on gold, 2-step long, 95.1, 6 times 2 is 12, right? 23, 17 is 40. So this is now our third trade. Our first trade made us 45 ticks. Second trade was a scratch, and the third one now makes a big $400 for us. We're now up, close to $1,000 on only 2-3 trades.